Hello everyone, I'm Davi Souza. I'm talking from Brazil, and now I will be presenting to you the paper Agriculture in Mars, Habitat in Marte Findings for the Cyber edition of the International Astronautical Congress. I will be sharing my screen now, and we will start my presentation. Now, I'll be presenting to you the findings of Habitat Mars station related to the topic of agriculture in Mars. And this research was a result of a year experiment conducted by me, Davi Souza, and Professor Julio Rezende, that is the Habitat Mars coordinator. When we are talking about grow crops in space, we need to consider that we are facing a big challenge. And this will be extremely necessary to support life in exploratory missions. And achieve this means that we need to have a local or in situ food production, no matter where we are in space, can be on Moon or Mars. And also, it will be necessary to supply food demand for long-term manned missions. And associated to plant growth, we have two interesting experiments at International Space Station, the ISS, that are into operation. And the first one is called Veggie. And Veggie is a growing chamber that allowed the first meal with fresh vegetables in space. And the other one is called Advanced Plant Habitat, that is a closed cultivation system to grow crops. And some important procedures to achieve the self-sustainability and guarantee better growth condition in future space greenhouse or future space farming environments are save energy, save and reuse water, guarantee the crop surveillance, and also a high yield, and have an efficient production in small and limited areas, and also avoid plagues, risks, and even losses. A brief overview about the Habitat Marte. We are the first Mars analog station located in Brazil, and we emerged with the goal to become a self-sustainable and resilient habitat. During the analog missions, we started our research to grow food regularly in order to reduce the need of food supplies. And with that was installed two aquaponic farming systems. The first one is called grow bed, that as you can see here in the left picture. And the second one is the deep water culture or DWC system. And I'll be presenting more details about the aquaponic systems in the next slide. And with that, the systems was installed inside of the biohabitat greenhouse, that is the Habitat Mars greenhouse. And we developed some operational protocols that allowed me to be here today, providing to you some guidelines for plant growth that may be useful for future space habitats. Related to the biohabitat greenhouse, we are talking about a cultivation environment that has started with an area of 12 square meters and has increased for an area of 120 square meters. And some technologies that we have there, the first one is the aquaponics, as I mentioned before. We have the grow bed and DWC system. And the idea of aquaponic farming is that we have a circular farming process that the water will be flowing throughout pipes, and we guarantee, we ensure the balance of the whole system, the whole ecosystem. And it's necessary to feed the fishes, and the fishes will poop on the water and will produce some organic waste. And these wastes will be passed through a biofilter that will have some microorganisms that will convert the waste, the organic waste, into plant nutrients. And with that, this water is delivered for the plants, for the crops, and returns for the fish tanks. And the interesting thing is that these systems, this technology use 90% less water than a traditional agriculture. And the other technology on board, the biohabitat greenhouse, is the sensory and automation utilizing the Arduino technology to support during tests and routines that we have there. And related to the aquaponic system, we collect some data. It's necessary to collect some data on physical parameters, physicochemical parameters, and visual analysis. As you can see there, we have temperature, relative humidity, water temperature, pH, ammonia, nitrate, turbidity, and water flow. And we started with a system to collect data, some physical data, and the idea is to increase the system to collect the other parameters that we have there. And related to the routines that we have implemented there, we have routines on management, maintenance, harvesting, and processing. And just to be really quick and passing through these pictures, starting from the picture on the left side, we have the cleaning of the fish tank. The other one, the picture that we have below is harvesting environment that we have collected, that we have harvested the first leaves of lettuce that we prepared for our meal during the mission. And also the other picture is a harvesting event of the fish, of the tilapia fish that we cultivate in the aquaponic system. The other picture is related to the analysis of water quality, and the other ones are related to the health of the crops and also of the fish. Some results associated of this research was possible to establish parameters for the assembly and maintenance of space food systems, and also was possible to ensure the resource saving and environmental control inside these structures. And we have implemented a closed-loop system that allowed us to guarantee an adequate amount of nutrients for the plants. And as I mentioned, we have some routines in the biohabitat related to management, maintenance. We also have started some experiments on recycling practice and also harvesting and processing. And we have developed some activities on analysis, diagnosis, ensure circularity, assure the fidelity of methodologies, and also provide orientations, detect some possible failures. The final considerations are, we have the idea of space spin-offs applied in our research that are technologies that we study to be applied in space that could be useful also here on Earth. And also, this research can guarantee an efficient crop water usage to sustain life, not only here on Earth, but also in space, in future space settlements. And also we have good insights on meal preparations and food consumption to provide an astronaut well-being and comfort about being isolated in space. This thing is really related to the physiological approach in space. And also we have the idea to do some partnerships and focus on automation, sensoring, IoT, and other technological applications to guarantee the confidence related to food production and space habitats. So this picture show me and Professor Julio eating the meal with some crops, with some leaves, leafy greens produced in biohabitat greenhouse. And thank you very much for your attention. This is the Habitat Marte social network and also our website. And this is the contact of me and Professor Julio, and we are free if you have any questions or want to send an email to us. Thank you very much again, and it was a pleasure to be here. And also thank you, Professor Julio, for the opportunity to conduct this research on this very interesting topic. Thank you.